Hello, my name is Jessica, and I'm in my 5th year at Brock University in the Concurrent Education Intermediate Senior Program with Teachables in Biology and Chemistry. The target audience for my financial literacy lesson plan is grade 10 students in their grade 10 careers class. I think that this is such an important year to start talking about saving, budgeting, and debt because this is the age where a lot of teens start getting their first part-time job and therefore have their first real experience with managing money. I chose the specific financial literacy topic of saving because this concept is something students can start doing right away. So, what would this lesson look like? This lesson would revolve around the concept of saving and making a budget and would essentially be a scenario simulation where students would be taking the role of their new characters. In their roles, students will be making and planning out their very own budgets. The activity would start with students picking out a career and annual salary card out of a hat. On top of this, each student would pull a second card from the hat, the scenario card, which would have details about their character's life on it. For example, the career cards would range in careers that require varying education and skills and are accompanied by corresponding annual salaries. The scenario cards would have a variety of descriptions that describe how long they've been saving, if they have a family and/or children, whether or not they have any debt, and details of their monthly expenses. For example, one of these cards could list their monthly expenses and then say, you just started saving money last year after completing your post-secondary education. You just got married to someone who also just started saving, and your first child is on the way. So once a student has this information, they have to devise a savings plan for an entire year based off their career and life scenario information. To ensure students are engaged, this activity can be run as a sort of competition to see who can come out with the best results for their particular situation. It may not be the student who saves the most money in the end, but it may be the student who is best able to budget and manage their money given their specific life situation. This is especially important since some students will have more complicated situations to deal with. At the end of this activity, students can present their savings plan and how it resulted at the end of the scenario's year. Even if a student didn't save a lot, they are still able to learn how important saving is now and in the future. In order to ensure students get the most from this activity, I would provide them with an exemplar and go over how to make a savings plan given a scenario to help them in their own situation. Students would be given agency in this activity as they are encouraged to take ownership and leadership in their research and planning, but they also have their teacher there as a guide. By helping students along the way in their research and planning, it allows the teacher to see how they are progressing through the activity and their learning. This activity would ultimately highlight how saving and budgeting as a whole are important in life, and depending on your life situation, which some students may have never thought about before, can be extremely easy or very difficult. Not only can all students participate in an activity like this, but students of all abilities tend to enjoy activities like these because it allows them to engage in their learning in a creative and fun way. Thank you for your time. Hopefully this presentation has highlighted the importance of learning to save and budget for today's high school students.
Created using Powtoon.